Little fucking kip, eh? Not enough Cockney accents. 0 out of 5.
That's the Kevin scale for British shit.
Yeah, dude. I want it to be such a heavy Cockney accent. I don't even know what's happening. I want to be more confused when that character's done speaking, and I want to be take me there. This doesn't take me there.
This leaves me somewhere.
Well, I mean, his name's Nicholas Christmas. How fucking on the nose can you be? I'm out. I'm out.
They're like, we were kind of going for on the fucking nose, sir. That was the whole thing.
Yeah, dude. Keep your pixie truth. Shove it up your.
Hey, man, spoilers. I just want to say, whoever fucking touched up this poster, kudos to them, because they made that kid.
That kid's creepy.
Not look like a butt. Yeah, exactly.
That kid, he's creepy on the poster. He's creepy in the movie. He's like, he's just a creepy looking dude. I'm like, hey, man.
He's like, thanks. I'm just British. I'm like, well,
nah, it's not a British. He's just a creepy. I think even the Brits are like, oh, this he's creepy as fuck.
Henry Lawful. Yeah. God. Ew, he was creepier looking when he was even younger. Jesus Christ, this poor kid, he's stuck with the same hairstyle for like the rest of his life, apparently.
He's got this weird porcelain doll look in his face, and I'm just like,
what
man.
The fuck? That is not the way I'd describe him.
Yeah.
Or any child ever, to be quite honest.
Yeah, he does. Looks like a doll.
You hear that? Lawful.
Yeah.
He's like, these two blokes are talking about me on a podcast.
I wish he sounded like that.
Fucking call me a porcelain doll, this one is. Well, you wake up. You know the thing they love to do with the two fingers? I assume he's doing that.
What is he, like 50 working in a coal mine?
Dude, if you're over the age of 12 in fucking UK, you're doing that. Go, oh, oi, oi, oi. Just doing the
hey, man, I saw This Is England. I get it. Should have watched that instead of this. At least he scores in that.
That's not fucking Christmas.
It was Christmas when he got into that poon pie. It was his Christmas.
He's like...
The kid from This Is England, not this kid from I'm a Doll.
Yeah. I don't think that's
from Guys and Dolls. The one-man show.
Not what it's called. So are we ready to movie?
It's A Boy Called Christmas. Gil Keane directed. Boy Parker and Gil Keane screenplay based on the book A Boy Called Christmas, starring Henry Lawful. We're like Toby Jones, Sally Hawkins, Kristen Wiig. That's why no one laughed. Michael Hersom, Zoe Clayton. You get it. There's people. They're actors and actresses. They showed up. I get it. Everyone's
I mean, there's like 2 actors in this movie.
Yeah, Blame Canal Plus, Blueprint Pictures and Studio Canal, Netflix, and Sky Cinema. November 26, 2021 was the date that will live in infamy. It's coming out of the Union Jack. And I don't know, man. It's all streaming, so there's no box office. But I don't know how long it is either. But we'll just go with
it. Is
too long.
An hour and 46 minutes. Rated PG.
Okay. Thank
you very much.
A little too long. Didn't need to be an hour 46. This is not like a Harry Potter. So
you think there's a Harry Potter movie out there that's only an hour 46?
No, only Harry Potter should get the long run times. Where Harry Potter feels like a 7-hour movie because they're terrible. This feels like
what the fuck?
This feels like fucking Ben-Hur.
Came to fucking attack.
Oh, yeah,
Harry Potter.
No, that was just a slight off-the-cuff comment of how I felt. I'm really here to beat the shit out of Boy Called Christmas. But he did me dirty. He played a little oopsie-doo trick on you. and he put me to sleep halfway through. Little bastard, he got me. He did. And I woke up just to see the big reveal. I was like, ah, you son of a bitch. Boy called Christmas. I'll get you next year. I won't.
What big reveal? What the fuck are you talking? That he's Santa Claus? I'm pretty sure that's fucking.
Ah, dude, I'm talking about the normies.
You're gonna have to be more specific than that.
Yeah, I don't know the family where this whole place is like bookended. This movie that you clearly forgot about.
You mean the Princess Bride style of storytelling, which is very popular this year for Christmas movies. I might also add, because it's the second one. Apparently, we found a theme and we didn't even know it. It's Princess Bride plus Christmas.
I disagree on the previous movie, but I think it
was 100%.
Yeah, it was more of a Christmas story. This falls in line
plus a Christmas story.
The framing and because of the fantasy elements, all that stuff works.
Was there a point in A Christmas Story where the fucking older version was talking to a younger person, telling them their story, or were they just narrating?
Not verbatim, dude.
Okay, well then, fuck you. That's why it's a Princess Bride style.
Hey, do you want to know my opinion about a Princess Bride too? Right now, you want to?
I already know it. I don't care about it, and it's not going to change my opinion of one of the greatest movies ever made. So go ahead and alienate the audience for it.
That was one of the greatest ever made.
Oh, you are just clearly.
Oh yeah, you're cruising for a Princess Bride beating.
I think you're the one. Light them up on fucking social media, everyone, please.
All two people are like, I turned this off. 1 star. Now he's to blame.
Yeah, we would be. All right. Put that in your review. If you're giving us a 1 star, it's because this maniac fucking hated Princess Bride. His name's Kevin. Just in case you're confusing our voices this whole time.
These guys really lost the narrative where they were supposed to talk about a boy called Crapmas. That they started talking about a Princess Bride, one of the greatest movies of the time. I agree with the other guy. Still 1 out of 5. Fuck these two. Thanks, Mom.
And whose fault is that? Yours.
They went after Harry Potter.
First of all, this isn't a great movie by any means. For a holiday movie, it's pretty average. Like, I've seen far worse. Okay? Hallmark's turning out about 95 of these this season.
Dude, real low-hanging fruit going after Hallmark. How dare you?
Hold on. Let me finish my fucking sentence, please. Okay? They know average holiday movies. This hits just a little above average, all right? They got their system. They're working it fucking fine. That's the average bar, okay? If you can't even hit Hallmark level, looking at you, Lifetime, then that's your fucking problem, all right? This movie hit above average is what I'm saying.
Got it.
I'm going to lay out my biggest gripe with this movie, Kevin, is that, yeah, overall, it's a real disappointment, though. Okay, like just from I'm not gonna even give it. Like if we were talking average movies, this isn't hit average. Average holiday movie, just above. Okay, but like there's this whole like kind of almost like scary Hansel and Gretel like element it could have had with them like living in the woods and the fucking bear thing in the beginning that they didn't do anything with, you know? Like, this is supposed to be, like, old world shit. Like, the old world, where you could, like, die from, like, looking cross-eyed at a fucking mushroom too long or some shit, okay?
I was like, what world is this?
The old world
No Game Boys here,
everyone. Shit would kill you, motherfucker. Where basically, like, surviving winter was a feat in and of itself, you know?
Yeah, but that's a shitty Christmas movie.
But I feel like the sense of danger or that really like diving into that world was lost. Like this kid just like marches 3 days behind his dad and catches up to him, and his dad's already like lapped him and gone back. And I was like, what the fuck?
He had a magical Blitzen, double time.
I know. And that's another thing too. And then that sense of awe and magic and stuff, and like the whole like Santa Claus thing. Real weak fucking sauce. I mean, fucking really weak. Like, I was not like, oh, this feels like Christmas. I was just like, I get it. They make little shit toys and Is any of this going to be exciting for anyone?
I
No,
thought it was just like
not.
a retelling and kind of like we took those characters and we just retooled them around. That's what I really thought they were going for. But I was like, if this is like an origin story for Santa, this I was like, this sucks. I'm going to celebrate Kwanzaa. I don't want anything to do with this. This is awful.
Yeah, I'd rather watch the stop motion classic Santa Claus Comes to Town.
I'm good. Watch one of those old Frosty ones you can check back out. Jack Frost last year, and that was
I mean, that was their downfall. Let's just be honest. You know,
stop motion.
no, that particular one. Just like they're like, we got to do a Groundhog's Day one.
Yeah,
but yeah, I guess those are my two biggest things. Was that there's no real sense of the danger, even though they tried, like that's the first thing they bring up, and then there's really no sense of awe and magic either. So
it feels like it was a 2 hour and 30 minute movie that got chopped down to $1.40, and they were like, "Well,
kid can't act."
dude, he is." I'm not blaming anything on this kid, except for the one time his voice pops really hard and it cracks. I was like, "Ugh, that was the best take we could do with that." Or, like,
we couldn't go again that day, guys. They were like, we were really tight on the budget.
You just gotta just say, "Let's run it back. Let's try that again."
We spent all the money on fucking Blitzen. Like all of the money. Have you seen that thing?
You should have saw his first build. He was gross.
It was fucking gross. It was like PS1 graphics. Not even two. Not even two. We didn't even have the hexagons.
Polygons?
No, the hexagons. Was it polygon? Yeah, polygons. Whatever.
Everybody's like, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
Exactly. They didn't have the polygons or the hexagons. Okay.
I don't trust his opinion on a boy called Christmas.
Well, too bad you tuned in. You're gonna have to. It begins in, I don't know, modern era, I suppose.
Today
We got a cranky looking old British woman on her way to crank it up somewhere.
She's on to see some integrate children.
Yeah, she's from Harry Potter and like a million other things. It's Maggie Smith, I believe is her name. She turns a corner. She finds the one house with no Christmas lights. She's hella disappointed. For a cranky old woman, she's very disappointed by this. She makes her way. We go into the house before her arrival. Find a family. They're not thrilled that Aunt Ruthie or whatever the fuck her stupid name is, because I mean honestly we're never gonna refer to her by her name again. She's coming because mom's dead.
Yeah, I was like, did we just lose her? Is she dead in the living room?
Yeah, I was just like, what?
It's like everyone's still grumpy.
Yeah. And so they're not excited because they're like, mom's dead. Dad has to go into work. We don't know why. Dad looks a bit like a shitty reporter, I'm going to say. I'm like, what are you getting called out to that's so fucking important on Christmas Eve?
To report the murder of his wife.
I'd like to talk to someone about the death of my wife. I'm subject number or prime suspect number one. They're like, book him. He's a minority. Book him. He is, man. You know that. It's both are accurate. So yeah, Aunt Ruthie's just like, all right, fucking let me tell you a story, kids.
Their mom just died.
Clearly it wasn't that recent, you know. And she starts going back in time, talking about a boy called Christmas. You might have heard that before.
God, when I was like, boo! Talk about a boy and his blob. Boo! She's like, good game. I was like, bitch, I know.
Talk about a boy and anything other than this fucking movie. And we find said boy called Nicholas and his dad, greatest actor in the world, you ask me, standing in the woods looking at a really bad CG bear. They put no budget on this bear. And the dad's like, don't fucking move. That bear can smell the urine running down my leg, and he's gonna charge us if it gets too powerful. So don't move. And he tells
the bear gets powerful, or the pee smell.
The pee smell gets too powerful.
I see.
And the boy's like, not without you, Papa. And so they both run away from the bear. They wait for the bear to get like, another 3 yards closer before they're like, maybe we should run now.
Wait, are you going to be doing the voice for Nicholas the whole time like that?
Not for you, Papa. I mean, I can.
I don't.
You want me to do it more like Cockney prostitute?
No. What? Oh, that's a
slob your knob there, governor.
That's a specific taste. That's a
get a little randy, are we?
Okay. That's a real man knows what he wants kind of thing.
I'll call you Christmas. What do you want me to call you? Hanukkah if you want.
Ma'am, or sir, I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah, I lost that one to the giggles. So
So
anyway, they run for this.
That's the other prostitute's name is Giggles.
Yeah. Shit. So they run from this fucking bear. Just real pathetically. Like, this bear, I mean, this bear should kill both of them instantly.
Credits.
And then some guy just, like, shoots an arrow in the bear's butt or something. Because he's a real butt shooter, this fucking guy.
Watch out, don't go in those woods. Butt shooter alert.
Fucking Anders the butt shooter, that motherfucker. You could always tell because of the green fucking arrows. That goddamn guy. But they make it back to their house, which is probably another 12 feet away from them. I guess the bear is just like, fuck houses. I don't deal with houses.
Yeah. We
never see the bear again. And then we just go on to learn that Christmas here has, he's got no mom either. His mom's dead. We don't know why. Oh, wait, I think it was the bear. Something with the bear. Bear killed her or something. Like, they're really, like, in a bad neighborhood. Like, think about it. The bear killed his
If you're
wife,
a mom in this,
just keep living there. They're just like, that
what
bear
are they
will
supposed to do?
never
God of War his ass? Come on, boy.
Yeah,
and
kill the fucking bear, man. Don't just keep living by the bear and risk getting killed by it. It's. I was just thinking about that. I was like, that's dumb. The bear killed his wife, and he's just like, we're just gonna hang out, see how things go, And then they run into the bear again. He's like, oh fuck, I didn't think this would happen. I mean, you already killed one person. What do you need to kill two for? What the fuck?
Yeah.
And they're just they're very poor. They're having a hard time making it through the winter because he only chops firewood, and no one's apparently in the need of firewood during this very cold winter. And they get summoned by the king. Oh, wait, no. I'm forgetting the mouse part. First, they find a mouse.
Dude, and they don't make like mouse soup out of them. They chase him around because the mouse finds like an apple core. And I was like, well, you've had an apple. Where's that apple tree, guys? Did you save any of those apples?
Yeah, the dad was like, you could eat all of our food. I was like, that's clearly a rotting apple core, too. Like,
and I was like, he could have made apple soup. And I was like, oh, they're going to like smash this fucking rodent and like,
that's a very tiny mouse. Like,
they make a soup out of them. They just got to flavor the water, bro. That's all they fucking need. And then, dad gets the butt and the kid can get the head. And that's it. But then they catch him. And then he's like living in his pocket. I was like, how are you feeding this guy? I ain't seen that mouse eat whole movie. Except when he ate the cakes and got the squirts.
Oh, yeah, he definitely did. He's just like, do mice eat gingerbread and not shit themselves to death? I'm about to find out.
The ginger crystals are cut apart by mouse belly.
Oh, it feels so good, though. God, I love the sugar rush. So he gets a mouse. He names it Mika. Or I don't know.
Mika.
Mika. It's close enough.
Because the mouse got a little snark. He's like, bro, you named me Mika. Big dick battler was that off the table? He's like, yeah, dude, it doesn't have the fucking mouse.
It was way off the table. I know, that's just like my dick, way off the table. Little mouse, big penis. See it?
Just kidding, man. I just like to mess with you.
Yeah. And then they get summoned to go see the king. And then the king, they make a bunch of like very topical 21st century, really 2021 style jokes of living wage, same-sex marriage protection, just a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff that
Real finger on the pulse.
yeah, really on the pulse. Nothing that you would actually say to a king in this era and not get your head chopped off for. But the king's like, want all of you to go out and get hope. Like, I could just give money, but I'm not gonna do that. You don't get rich by being stupid, and that's stupid. So go find hope, and then I'll give you a little bit of money because that's smart. And so everyone walks away from that moment kind of disappointing, except for the boy, because he gets a free gold coin for some reason for getting too close to the king, chasing that fucking mouse that we mentioned.
Yeah, and the dad's like, he's got the thing where his brain don't work. They're like, give him a coin.
Give the boy a coin.
It's like, wow, that's all it takes.
You might eat it. Check his poo later.
It's a chocolate coin. He won't know that till he's dead.
Son of a... Yeah, so they don't use this coin for anything. They just go home. He says, you could feed a mouse for a week. I was like, you better feed a mouse for like every week of the year with a gold coin in this.
I'm pretty sure a gold coin, you get like a sack of potatoes. You could probably got like a cow or a goat or something to kind of keep alive.
Yeah, look, I'm getting a new wife, a cow, and probably a stepchild.
Because this one's not working out.
Mouse. Yeah, this one's not like we're going to sacrifice him to the bear god. So...
The one that murders our wife every 2 years.
Yeah. Hey, man, divorces are pricey, but bear divorce, that's fucking free. All you got to do is supply a wife.
Mm-hmm.
Just moving on up. And they get home, and then dear old dad's just like, son, we're poor, and I want to provide you more, even though you seem to be the happiest child on the fucking face of the planet, because you have a turnip doll and no mom, and you're still happy as shit.
Well, that was the last gift from the mom, was the turnip doll.
Yeah.
I mean, they're poor. Why didn't you just eat the turnip? Like,
well, Kevin, because we had to have a cruel moment later on.
Yeah.
But he's like, hey, your aunt is coming to visit because I'm going to bone out with Anders the butt plugger over there, and we're going to go find hope somewhere.
So they leave this kid with this late, like, where's the aunt? What's her situation? Was she, hey, is she gonna bring like some rations?
Where was she living? Yeah, it's like she came with nothing, and they already had.
No, she came with a bunch of attitude.
Yeah, she did, with her Kristen Wiig as a bad guy attitude. I'm like, damn, you really only have two versions of yourself: the cheetah woman from Wonder Woman, and then this person. I'm really not a big fan of either.
Kristen Wiig,
everyone. She's like, oh, thanks for just like, encompassing my entire body of work with two shitty characters. Just trying to work, guys. Just trying to make money.
Just trying to make that money.
No, she was okay in Despicable Me. But that was voice acting. Anyway, so Kristen Wiig shows up with fucked up teeth. Because she's British.
Jeez.
She had the most fucked up teeth of anyone in the movie. I was like, what the fuck? She's not even British for real. Like, what the hell's going on here? And yeah, the dad's just like, all right, I'm boning out with Anders and his annoying dogs and these other guys that he's probably plugged in the butt. I don't know. I mean, I gotta assume he got that nickname somewhere. And they leave. And then the aunt promptly kicks him the fuck out. She's like, I can't sleep with a man in the house. Get your shit and get out.
I was like, there's no hair on his nuts. He's not going to do anything.
I think she just didn't like kids, man.
So, yeah, but like...
But what was her... Where's her house? What's happening at her house right now? Where was she living?
Did she bring any food? Or
No. She's like, I'd kill for some I'd sell your soul for some chocolate. And he's just like, whoa, I got to get outside. This is getting crazy. And then he starts losing weight because she does not feed him ever. And he's I think like a month goes by or some shit. And the stomach's growling. And she's like, what the fuck's that sound? And he's just like, sorry, auntie. My tummy has got a rumbly because I'm so hungry. And she's like, get the fuck out of here with that scene. Shit.
Fuck out of here with that. You hate Ghostbusters 2 or something?
I ain't afraid no ghost.
He's like, I didn't appreciate it. I mean, I didn't see it. She's like, oh, I do it.
Oh, I bet you live in a basement too, you fucking neckbeard motherfucker. All right, calm down. So, yeah, he's just living out on the stars. Oh, he's also trying to teach the mouse how to talk. And he's done so by just repeating things like an asshole. Tree. 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 I was just like, Jesus Christ, well, that's not how you teach anything. Like,
Mouse is like, yeah, I get it. Got it. I learned. Thank you.
He's like, which one? Fucking, can we move on a little faster? Can you point to more things quickly?
I'm literally building a rocket now.
He's like, well, we're kind of only surrounded by trees. I guess I could teach you dirt. Dirt. Nah, let's go back to tree. Tree feels more natural. I'll just keep saying tree. So, yeah, that's his Christmas miracle is that he wants to teach a mouse to talk. This fucking kid. But then Auntie Mean Bones, she crosses a line. She makes some soup one day. And the minute you see this soup, Kevin, were you even fooled? Were you even
I was really hoping it was the mouse, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
I kind of was. No, because I knew the mouse had to talk still.
Well,
so I
forgot all about his little turnip doll.
Yeah, no, I remembered instantly. I was like, well, let's see, she just got supplies somehow magically overnight. I bet the turnip doll.
I thought the mouse was going to float up and he's going to be like,
just a little mouse butt. Like she just bobs it back down. She's like, get out of here, you. I would have been great if she did a twofer and did the turnip and the mouse.
That's too much. Like, I mean,
she's like, I'm fucking evil, man. Like, go big or go home. That's what I'm saying. Like, oh, boo-hoo, you took the turnip doll and made it soup. Why'd she leave the face? Like,
yeah.
She's not very good at making soup is all I'm saying.
She wants it. She needed it to sting. I don't know why she wanted to just, like, make him crazy. Was he murder?
Yeah, that's the thing is, like, her character motivation, she doesn't like kids, but, like, why do this, you know? I don't know. It just doesn't make... There's a lot of inconsistencies with that character, especially at the very, very end, which I was like, why?
So, like, in all honesty, just this, she didn't need to exist, right? He can just been left and longing for his dad and kind of like own it up. Like, hey, you know what? My dad's been gone a long time. I am getting worried. I need to step up and be a man. This mouse, he can help me navigate. And the mouse is just like, hey, man, I can talk. I thought I could help you, but I can't. Oh, we can do it together. Look, we found another friend. You know what I mean? Like, I would rather see that kind of adventure. She didn't really push him out the door. I thought she was just kind of, I guess it's just a trope for them to always have just real abusive aunts and uncles or something.
Yeah, I mean, because that's the thing is she's not really that cruel. Oh, at some point she kind of she uses his hat as an oven mitt and like catches it on fire a little bit, and it's also the last thing his mom ever fucking made.
Yeah, what a nerd. This dude sucks. Like,
yeah.
Just like, God.
And it's the Santa Claus hat, everyone.
It's so cringe when he's doing that. I'm like, bro, like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
he's like, just get sweated by a family member. You know how it goes when you're British and living in the God knows where. Where am I? Mouse, I was like, does this guy got the mental thing? Like, is he just having a breakdown where he thinks the mouse is talking to him? That's what I thought. Like, the big reveal is after his big adventure, he just find him and his last couple of breaths frozen in the woods, and he never found his dad. And he's just like, oh, you see, like, the mouse is like half eaten.
Christmas canceled.
There's like little mouse intestines frozen to his lip.
Jeez.
You see Blitzen, and he's just gutted, and he tried to like lay inside him to keep warm.
Yeah, he's like, it doesn't work like in Star Wars. It's real gross and cramped in there. It's like, okay.
Then the dad finds him and he comes back. The dad's like, I'm the king now, boy. And everybody's like, what's this ending? And then credits.
No, instead, he flips the hat inside out and he finds a map on how to get to elf and shit. I don't really care to remember what it's called, but it's where the elves live. It's the North Pole, everyone, basically. And it's just 3 days or I don't know, 3 months hike or some shit. Doesn't matter.
It's just down the street.
It's just down the street. They just fucking practically teleport him there. So he just decides, well, my aunt is pretty cruel, I guess. Like, I just don't think she was that, like, it's fucked up. It's not nice or anything. I'm not saying she was, like, by any means not a shitty, terrible person. But it was really just like, it's like you said, she wasn't really needed. And he just did the thing he wanted to do in the first place, was to go after his dad anyways. Why did he even wait a month? Like,
yeah, like I really would have preferred it if he was just kind of down and out and just needed that one last thing to push him. And then he discovers the map on his own, like just trying to stay warm and force the hat on his head a little too hard and it rips. And he goes to fix it. He's like, oh, there's a fucking map. I'm about to be goddamn Santa Claus.
Yeah. And also, why the fuck are you putting fucking maps on the inside of hats?
Yeah, dude. What was your mom? Like, why is she so secretive and weird? Like, just write a map like a normal person. I'll put it in a hat. I hope my son finds this one day.
Adventure. So, but yeah, so now he's got his mouse, he's got his hat, he's taken no other supplies that mean anything, and he's set off without telling his aunt where he's going. Spoiler, I don't think she cares.
Yeah.
So, and he walks for a while. There's a lot of trees. There's some in the shape of moons and shit. And I mean, they were in the shape of moons. It was like, all right,
like a crescent moon. Or?
Yeah, like the forest was like in the shape of a crescent moon. It was just like forest in the shape of a moon. Now tundra.
Mm.
And eventually he runs into Blitzen. Oh, I know. Does the mouse talk first, or does they get
mouse
Blitzen?
talks first because he starts looking around and then he's like, "Hey, dude, I'm doing big things, speaking the king's English." And
yeah, he's like,
right.
I give up. We're gonna die. I need a Christmas miracle to fucking go on. Oh, it's not called a Christmas miracle yet. I need an elf stuffing miracle.
Yeah.
And then the mouse is just like, boy, talking to you here, boy.
I was like, mouse, you know his name.
Riding day.
Yeah, and then the mouse is just all like jokes and snark, and he's just like, "Hey, man, check me out." And you're like, "Okay."
Makes no sense. He's like, I did it. I taught you how to talk. He's like, yeah, I could have learned a lot faster if you just stopped pointing at fucking trees all the time.
Christmas magic,
tree, motherfucker. So then he can push on.
They push on. They meet Blitzen. They jump on Blitzen. Blitzen's like, "Hey, man."
They don't just meet Blitzen.
Yeah, they pull like an arrow out of his ass.
Yeah, they pull an arrow out of his ass, and he stops charging at them, and then he just follows them for quite a long time. And they never think, I should ride that fucking reindeer.
And then
like, eventually,
hey, jump on. I'll take your movement speed up to like a 3. And he was like, "Great."
Yeah, eventually, Blitzen gets in front of him. He's just like, "Come on, you dumb fuck! You pulled that arrow out of my ass. I owe you everything. I mean, sure, it's infected and I'm gonna die, but let's go." And then he takes him all the way to where Elfkin should be, and he finds his dad's like knife holster sitting in the snow, and he's just like, "No, Father!"
And he slowly turns to Blitzen, licks his lips.
He's like, I'll be tasting Blitzen real soon.
You're just like, oh, that's a dude from the movie.
Blitzen just pees in the snow. He's like, oh.
Just horrible.
The mouse is underneath. He's like, oh, God, fucking cease fire. Someone was down here. Don't ask me what I was doing. I don't have the answer to you. I'm a fucking mouse.
He's ball gazing.
Yeah. So... and then Christmas passes out to die yet again. And then like 2 annoying people show up, and one's some old fuck, and they both got fucking elf ears, and you're just like, they're fucking elves.
Yeah,
we made it. They're there. And
we're elves. We help people.
Yeah, and the little girl's just like, Grandpapa, we shouldn't touch him. He's dirty and fucking human. And he's just like, nah, we help people. I don't care about these new laws. And you're just like, what new laws? And he's like, I fucking help people. And then he does like let's just call it a Christmas wish, everybody. Does a Christmas wish on the kid. Hopes that he never gets harmed or hurt. He's always happy and helpful, like a Honda dealer.
Oh, yeah.
And he wakes up and And old Nicholas here's just like, who the fuck are you assholes? Where's my fucking dad? Where's my mouse? Anyone seen him? And he's like, yeah, I did a Christmas miracle. He's like, that's impossible. He's like, oh, hey, whoa. We don't say the word impossible around here. This is something that's you didn't know was possible until after it happened. Kind of like when I stole your watch. And he's just like, oh, you're good, dude. You got my watch. And
I stole your woman, and the mouse is in his pocket.
He's like, Mousy, Mika. He's just like, sorry, old chap. I know where the buttholes are warm. And this guy's got one. What do you think he's gonna do with that mouse? Come on.
Be his friend. Get him a motorcycle.
Yeah, I don't think so. I saw their quality of toys is pretty poor. And then Nicholas is like, I'm looking for Elffuckington. And he's just like, hey, buddy, you're on the busiest street in Elffuckington you ever been.
We don't use the E word around here, Chief. You might want to mind your mouth.
And he's just like, you gotta believe. You gotta want to see it. Can you believe? So, of course, Nicholas Christmas can see it. And suddenly, there's a town. And they were definitely not on the street. And they were definitely not in the town yet. Even though that's what the old fucker just told them. You're on the busiest street. There's like 19 people walking past your nuts right now.
There should have been like homeless elves and stuff. And
they all seem pretty homeless to me.
Yeah, it's touche.
And so he's like, wow, I'm looking for my dad. And he reads the newspaper. Apparently, they all write in the same language, which was illegible. But
it's like if an elf took a marker, put it in his butt, and wrote. That's what it looked like. I'd be like, I can't really make that.
Oh, you're familiar with the elf printing press style? Yeah, it's pretty complicated, but once you get used to it, it goes pretty smooth, you know. And they hide the boy from some.
You want to see some cursive
guards? Oh, no, hey, no showing off here, okay? We're all just trying to elf about, okay? Just trying to get the elf done. And they take him to a Christmas party, and it's actually called a Christmas party. This is not just me being a dickhead again. And it's in the biggest fucking house in the middle of the fucking town, but somehow this is a secret because they put up curtains or some shit, and they're dancing and singing, and there's cakes and candies, and the mouse gets to eat for the first time in the whole movie, and it goes right through him. But then the elf, I mean, this is very Harry Potter inspired now that I think about it. The Ministry of Magic shows up and I was just like, no fucking elfing around here, you little fucking elves.
Hey, easy on the, I mean, your vernacular is just.
And she looks like, oh man, you're going to kill me, Kevin. What's her name from He-Man?
Evil Lynn.
Evil Lynn. She looks like a really downgraded version of Evil Lynn.
Or a bad Rita Repulsa.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. Either one is acceptable. I went more the Evil Lynn because of the headgear, I think. You know? And she comes in with like a twig in her hand and is just like making people float. And that's about it.
She has like force powers.
Yeah. Well, more like she can make things float or not float. It's really just two powers.
Your choice.
Yeah, it's your choice. And they're like, she's like, no more Christmas. Did little Kip teach you nothing, you assholes? And he's like, who's little Kip again? And she's like, oh, fucking human? What the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, so these elves are basically partying too hard. They're hanging out with humans. Little Kip, he really kind of hung for all our sins. They're just like,
he really did.
They're just like, dude, little Kip's fucking asshole hasn't fucking dry for 2 minutes, and y'all motherfuckers are dancing in the street, just getting inebriated and I don't know, tongue fucking each other, and then they're just oh.
Where was the search party for little Kip though? Like, come on. She's like, when I ran on the pro Little Kip platform, you all wanted me to do this shit, so
yeah,
do it. And so they arrest Christmas. They're like, get up there, you fucking human. Throw him in a cell. And then we meet a...
Well, the old dude kind of sticks up for him, but it's all for naught because they're just like, yeah, dude, we don't care.
Real quick, interlaced, we keep taking these like old woman and the kids breaks where nothing happens.
It's a typical, the kids aren't interested, now they're vested, and then they slowly get fully vested, and they're just like, well, where's this gonna go? You're like, well, just why don't you shut up and let her fucking pan out?
Yeah. So I'm just touching on that real quick so we never have to go back to it again, because nothing else happens other than like a really poor setup for a reveal at the end. But if you don't see that coming, then I guess you weren't watching the same movie. And then we meet a truth pixie who can only tell the truth, and she likes blowing people's heads up. So, and I was like,
really weird character to kind of put in here. And I'm like, she can't tell a lie, so it's always truth based. So if she doesn't like you, she's like, fuck you. And you're like, well, I guess I got to live with that. And then she can make people's heads magically pop.
No, she was using a leaf of some kind.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And then that's the first thing they do in this. They're in the same prison cell with this giant troll. And I was like, did the elves know that this pixie can nuke people's domes? Or like, why is she in here? What?
Well, she had stashed one more leaf, she said. And then she also likes to shoot off fireworks. Because, Christmas firecrackers and shit. And yeah, he was just like, what was that for? She's like, that was to wake the troll to eat you. And then this big, dumb, ugly troll just instantly wakes up and is just like, fuck, I'm hungry.
Yeah, I would have punched her out right there. I'd been like, bam. And I'm like, all right, that's one down.
That's one down. I got this fucking troll to go after.
Yeah, I didn't really get, I was like,
yeah.
She's my running buddy in this movie? I'm not interested.
Well, they don't establish really, like, why are pixies in elf jails? Why the fuck are trolls in elf jails?
And I know
why are the elves wielding all the power in this situation?
And that's like a lot, right? That's a lot to kind of...
elf or that troll up those skinny fucking stairs. Like, that's a really narrow tower.
Just give me something, right? Give me a little bit of, like... I mean, it could have been the mouse. He'd be like, oh, now I can finally talk. Hey, by the way, this and this happens, and this happens. Or maybe the mouse can read all the languages. And he's like, hey, when I was eating all the gingerbread, they do this, and this. And watch out for pixies and elves and trolls and shit. And the guy would have been like, yeah, okay, got it. And that was all for the audience. The audience is like, okay, thank you for some context, some rules to the world.
I'll take that exposition because I fucking sadly needed it for once.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, then he asked for help from the pixie who summoned the troll to eat him. And she's like, fine, I have a leaf. And then she gives it to the troll, and it blows the troll's head off. And somehow this movie's still PG, everyone. I was like, what? And
so,
I was like, this part's
corny,
so
though.
It is. It really is. But I was like, it's still like, when you think about it, she was like very ecstatic to make things heads explode. Like,
yeah, I didn't take it. It's just so comical and so like waka waka that you can't. I was just like, okay.
I mean, they didn't show a lot of it, but I'm saying like,
yeah.
If a kid just walked up to you and was like, I want to see someone's head explode, you'd be like, all right, kid, you got fucking problems, man.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so then now they got a jailbreak, and they're like hiding, and the pixie, for some reason, they're like, where are they? And then she has to tell the truth, even though I don't think they were directly talking to her, and yells, we're over here. And he's just like, what the fuck? You couldn't lie once? She's like, I can't.
I guess it was supposed to be funny. She's played for comedy in this weird way, but...
Yeah. And then he basically, gets her to talk about herself, and she's just like, it's not like anyone's lining up to be friends with a truth pixie, and you're supposed to literally like, oh, she had no friends because she always tells the truth.
I was like...
Get better opinions of people, you asshole. There you go. That's one way to fix that problem.
So they lose the Elfas and they end up in this school, and he's like, hey, man, y'all gonna get me out of here? And then the teacher's like, oh hell no, I'm about to fucking kick y'all's asses. And then, well, what if we go fight Kip? And everyone's just like,
I'll
oh my
fucking
god,
find Kip on my father's life.
oh fucking, this guy's gonna find Kip. Let's get him out of here. And then the elf guard are like, hey, those assholes in there, we'll be in there in a minute. And I was just like,
Yeah.
okay.
They're like looking in the window, and she like opens a trap door. They drop down. They're like, "They still there?" And then she's like, "Nah, they left, dude." And then he comes in and like harasses some other kid. He's just like, you a pixie?" And he's just like, "What?" Like this kid wasn't even paying attention to what was happening in front of him, and he's even more confused. Like, huh? What's a goddamn pixie? I don't know. This is like the third grade in Elf Village. I don't know. I don't know what you think.
Only if the dirty elf cops just started killing the kids. We're gonna find that pixie. We gotta open up every one of you little fucks. And the teacher's like, oh no, not again, Kip. And somewhere Kip's like sleeping in a fucking hammock on a mountain. He's like, whoa,
Yeah.
bro, is that for me? And then he's just like listening to Bob Marley because he's annoying.
Singing Pina Coladas because he's also annoying. He's just like,
he's like, yeah.
I don't sing the song I'm listening to. That's fucking lame. They're like, oh, Kip, we hate you so much.
Yeah, town loves him.
Yeah. Yeah, the town really did love him.
Dude,
you would think that little Kip was the mayor. Like,
I thought we were gonna find little Kip and he's just going to like turn back time, like Cher or something. Because I was like, this guy is loved. Like, I've never known as much love as Kip has.
yeah, seriously, Kip was golden. So, fucking, they're running for their life, and he picks up the mouse, and Blitzen's there. Now they're riding Blitzen. He's got the pixie. He's got Blitzen. He's got the mouse. Everything's good. Everything's golden. Except for the pixie has to put a firecracker in the bridge so he can escape. She has plenty of time. I have to emphasize this. Plenty of time to get back on the reindeer and go with him. But she doesn't. So then it's just our trio that got here leaving on their own. They rearrest the pixie and don't instantly kill her, but whatever, you know.
She's 60 days in.
This is a shank. I made it. It's the only way.
I gotta tell the truth. I've killed. I will kill again.
Yeah, she really was. And then so he's off. He's like, I gotta go find little Kip, and he just instantly finds little Kip, and little Kip's with his dad and Anders, and he finds Anders, and he finds all of Anders' men. And then he tries to play it off, Kevin, like he wasn't the fucking kid that they all knew he was, wearing the hat that they saw. The last kid they fucking saw before they started kidnapping elf children. And they're just like, aren't you that fucking dickhead son? And then they're gonna just kill this kid instantly. He's just like, hey, that's my boy. Please don't kill him. Kind of doing this all for him. And he's just like, son, what the fuck are you doing here? He's just like, you're a kidnapper now? I thought you were going to try to find Hope. Kidnapped a boy. Which is really dumb. I was just like, that's what the fuck? I know our mission was Hope, but here's a child that needs food and stuff. But it's tiny and has fucked up ears.
Yeah, man, this is just trafficking people. That's all I saw.
Yeah. And so then he ties up his own son, and his son calls him a shithead, tells him he's...
His words, not mine.
Oi! You're a fucking shithead, Pa. And he's just like,
Where'd you get that accent? That
he's like, oh, fucking...
Where'd you pick up that dirty mouth?
Oh, jeez. He's like, ugh. God, should have fed your mother to the bear when she was pregnant with you.
Yeah.
And so they're just like, all right, we'll bring your boy, and we got Kip here, and we'll cook the reindeer, and everyone's bellies will be full and happy. And then night hits, and there's Dad. He shows up. Now the ropes were poorly tied, but Dad has to cut through all of them. I was like, what the fuck? There's like one knot. Just just pull it out. Just pull it out.
Dad,
This kid
your
had
kid
no
is
strength.
the kid's 12 pounds. It's like pulling a stick branch through this
Yeah.
rope.
I don't even know why the kid's still tied up, to be quite honest. If he had to scratch his nose, he just pulled his hand out and was like, scratch.
He's running off half a cupcake right now. Pretty sure he's.
Yeah, he really was, wasn't he? He was just like, yeah, I mean, he's sticking bones. He can survive on less. Turnip face, for sure.
Hmm.
But they freed little Kip as noisily as possible, and then they wake up everyone. And now they're on the run. And the dad, once again, this dad does not want to go with his son, ever, okay? About to be mauled by a bear, he's like, go on without me. Running from 12 angry men, go without me. And he's just like, I'm not going to leave without you, Dad. How many fucking times I got to tell you, old man? So he's like, okay, I'll get in the sled because clearly they're not going to be more pissed off if we take the sled at this point. And then the reindeer starts pulling the sled and they're off. And these motherfuckers on foot are keeping up with them. I was like, this is the slowest reindeer ever.
Yeah, the hunters are like, he's literally right there. Just reach out and grab him.
Yeah. I mean, and they have time to stop and shoot arrows and still catch up. I don't know what was going on there. And then Nicholas, he's got fucking magic powers now. And he's doing an elfin hoping Snickelstein on fucking Blitzen. I don't know what it was called. It was some made up dumbass word. And he infuses him with hope, and he's just like, go as fast as you fucking fly us out of here, Blitzen.
Yep.
And he gives Blitzen the power of flight.
He gives him the power of love.
The problem is, Kevin, they're too heavy.
I don't know why. The kid hasn't eaten in 3 months.
Yeah. And I was like, you're telling me I'm supposed to believe that reindeer can pull a sled in the air, but this motherfucking reindeer can't pull one sled with one guy right now? Seems like some bullshit to me, Santa Claus. Seems like some bullshit.
Well, that's why he needed more. He had all the gifts for all the girls and boys. I don't know, man. Like, the mouse should have done something. They should have turned the mouse into a grenade and then threw him behind.
Or, I don't know, just cut the rope and hold on to the rope, Dad. Dad just wants to die. Dad's just like, I just want to die. Get me out of this fucking movie.
Yeah.
So he cuts the rope. The reindeer flies. The sled just falls into a cloud of white as like snow comes down. I mean, it's very overly dramatic.
Well, Joel's the dad, right? And
yeah,
he's like, I was killed in Last of Us 2 and this. Man, don't be a Joel. Everybody's just like, whoa, spoiler alert. Fuck you, the game's been out for 2 years already. It's better than watching this movie. Actually, it's a real good game.
So now little Kip's is awkwardly in front of this crying boy and a mouse.
He's little Kip. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah.
No, little Kip's with them. Yeah, Nicholas is crying.
Little Kip is unmoved.
Little Kip's like, I'm not a strong actor at all. Like, that's it. I'm not.
He's like, you lost your dad today. To me, it was a Tuesday. I'm like, whoa, little Kip's heartless.
Thanks, Bison.
The town loves him.
Yeah, that's the platform little Kip runs on. Fucking world domination. So they get back to Elffuckington, and they're having a mandatory town meeting.
Like, what is Elffuckington? Like, why would you call it that? It's you just picture elf orgies happening on Elffuckington?
No, because it was like Elfington or some shit like that, man. It's a
but you're
name.
calling it
Elffuckington. What's the problem with that?
Nothing at all. Carry on.
I will. Thank you. So we're at the town hall meeting of Elffuckington, and Evil Len's holding communion or some shit. I don't know.
It's real Star Wars prequel here. We're just talking about trade routes and shit. You're just like, what's happening? What does this movie want to do?
Do you want better roads or not? Then you need to remember little Kip, motherfuckers. She's making the teacher float. The teacher's a traitor, apparently. Found out.
Big traitor.
Yeah. And she's just like, what would little Kip want? What would little Kip do in this situation? And then Christmas pushes the door open. He's just like, ask him yourself, you old bag of shit.
Dude, this is better. I mean, this is on par with like True Grit. This fucking scene of just justice and law being practiced.
Little Kip and Christmas go up to the stage. And Little Kip, he just knocks all of her socks off with the biggest comedy routine of 21st century. He says, I'm not one for long speeches. And then he fucking sits down. And then they cheer. And then Evil Lynn's reign of terror is over.
Yep, there
and she escapes down a tunnel.
The whole town's just got a tunneling system. It's
but like, why did she need to escape? Well, no one even cared that she was still standing there. She's like, I'll just sneak out through here.
No, she knew once the Kip high wore off that she was going to get crucified.
They're like, they're going to come for my stick and my headgear. I just fucking know it. Yeah. I just know it. And so they take Little Kip. The best part of this is he didn't even take Little Kip to his house. He took him to the town hall meeting. And the mandatory town hall meeting for everyone but Little Kip's parents.
Well, Little Kip had to drop a pipe bomb on him. He's like, my mom and dad, they don't care about me much, but I care about these people. And these people are you, town, Elfhelm, Fuckington, whatever. What is this place called?
Little Kip for Fuckington Town Mayor.
Line.
Yeah, that's why they cut him short. They're like, this kid can't act. They're like, fucking, that's half the people in this movie. So then they're at Little Kip's house, and everyone's happy, and they give him a top, because they're like, we can't pay you much, but we're the best top makers in the town. We're really the only ones, but we're the best ones.
Dude, I'd have been like, you can't pay me? I think Kip's mama needs to drop her top and shake him. That's all the payment I need. The mouse is like, we can't eat shake-ems. We're starving.
He's like, all right, fucking give the mouse some cheese too, okay? But it better be some titty milk cheese. I'm just saying.
Jesus, disgusting.
Mouse don't care. Mouse is like, cheese is cheese. So then Christmas is looking at this top, and he's just like, we're going to need a lot more. Not her top. Like
gonna need a bigger boat.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, boo, Jaws.
And then they just start making toys. No one ever says anything of why or what his thought process is. He's never like, I will deliver hope to the whole kingdom via these toys you're going to help me make. No, he never says that. No, instead, they just do it, and we're supposed to fucking figure it out, which I did, but still.
And that's how the first sweatshop was opened.
Yeah, seriously. It really was. So they get, some shitty toys together, and they're like, all right, get out of here before Evil Lynn shows back up. And they're about to leave, and then Evil Lynn shows back up. And she's just like, fucker, where do you think you're going, you human fuck? Last human I love left me. I'm not going to let you leave me, you piece of shit. I'm doing the leaving this time.
Yeah, welcome to the club, Evil Lynn. A lot of humans left me, too.
He's like, my mom, my dad. Okay, I left my aunt, but,
I've said too much.
And then, it just goes through that basically his mom had a lesbian experience with Evil Lynn, and Evil Lynn was really bitter about that. And then he reveals that he was the kid of her lover. I'm adding the love part, everyone.
What?
It's not really in
I don't remember this part at all.
Yeah, I know. That's because it's not really in there. But basically, like, the human that visited was his mom, which he already fucking knew. Does he tell anyone until this point? Fuck no.
Oh, so this is like Vampire Hunter D, but with elves.
Yeah. He's not like, hey, my mom fucking came here once.
Oh, this is like Blade, but with like elves.
Yeah, totally. Got any more? I'll set you up again. All right, I'm going to move on.
Later.
And so he pulls out this locket thing that he talks to whenever he's talking to his mom, because this kid has to talk to something
He's such a nerd.
Yeah, he's either talking to a turnip doll, a mouse.
Get a friend.
Silhouette of his mom.
That's what I'm saying, bro. My ending would have been better. It's just he died from like the fucking cold and the frostbite and
dysentery.
You see his foot, and like the mouse nibbled his foot because he made him a deal. He's like, you eat as much as you can of my big toe, but if you don't finish it all, I'm going to eat you. And he was like, I agree, Nicholas. I want to die with a full belly to give you more nourishment. He's like, eat that big toe. And then,
Jesus.
and then the second the mouse is just like throwing up because he ate so much big toe, Nicholas just fucking smashes him against the tree and just fucking just starts chewing on him. His blood's running down his mouth, and he's like, I ate my only friend.
And then we just cut to a big fat Santa Claus with no fucking socks on. He's like, and that's how I lost my big toe.
That's what I was gonna say.
Gross, Santa.
You see the kid, he's like, I ate my best friend. And then you see his head explode. And then you see a big jack dude who looks just like Santa. He was like, not in my forest. Grab his body. We'll turn it into a toy. And he cocks the gun for no reason and wastes the shell. And you're just like, why'd he do that? And then you're just like, so was he Saint Nick or what?
Which one's Santa Claus?
The guy that shot his head off? Santa's got guns now?
Santa's had guns.
Santa's the NRA?
Anyway, we're back at
my best friend.
The Evil Lynn showdown.
That's the poster. It's just a whiteout poster with one little tree in the middle with tiny blood drops around it, and then the kid, just a silhouette of someone screaming to the heavens, and then you see another Santa Claus silhouette in the corner of the poster, and he just has a smoking rifle because the first one's a warning shot because it's Christmas, and that's what he does. He gives you one shot. Fuck, dude, I'd watch that movie. I'm like, what's this movie called?
Sadly, they kind of already have a movie like that, but it wasn't good either. It's called Fat Man. I think they even made a sequel already.
I just like the poster that I designed.
Well,
it's intriguing.
After it's revealed that his mother was the one that visited the town, and now suddenly she's like, I could see your mother's face on your face. And then they're like, make more toys. We have time now. We don't have to worry about crazy Evil Lynn. So they make more toys. And then
So why was Evil Lynn a hater?
I don't fucking know, man. That would require character development, which they did not do. So... and the Pixie is fine. They're just
the
let
Pixel
her
8
out.
is fine. I recommend it. The camera's great. The Pixie
Only on a 6.
Very annoying. This is the future. They're prototyping it for 2 years so they can get it to market. All the elves are trying it out.
Anyway, the Tooth Pixie's there. She's doing fine. They just let her out. They're like, we're cool now. We can party. And
none of this is OSHA approved. Yeah, we get it. Shut up, dude. You got a stitch on everything.
Yeah, she tells like little kid that his painting sucks. She's just like, yeah, it's fucking bad, man. I mean, I've seen worse. And he just like walks away like,
your breast stinks. She's like, oh.
I know, okay? Fucking, I know.
I've been eating Mika turds, okay?
I ate the troll. It was rotting and gross.
From the butt first.
And then then he's just off. He flies the Blitzen to the king's castle, goes inside, and is just like, yo, king, let me in. King's just like, guards, no one cares. I'm fucking old and senile.
Guards, the rest of the movie's here. Please trust this.
Guards are like, we will not. We want to get out of this movie as well.
Fuck you, old man.
So then he gives the fucking king a present, and the king's like, whatever, man. This shit's lame. And he's just like, that's not the end of the gift. Come on. We ride until dawn. And they go around and they deliver a bunch of gifts, breaking into people's homes, basically. And none of these people wake up. They're all fucking... I mean, it's the dead of winter, and they could be killed at any moment, but they're all sound asleep. While a bumbling king and an idiot boy are just like dropping shit in their hands and shit.
What are you doing? What are you dropping them off? Oh, it's Tekken. It's Tekken 7. They're going to learn how to fight a bear in this one. No one's going to die like my mother did. He's like, oh, dude, I love that. This is the best character balance. I mean, have you seen Akuma in there? He's really OP. He's like, hey, do you want to drop the fucking gifts off? Or you want to tell me about the boner you got for this game that came out 2 years ago? Huh? 2 video game references in one fucking podcast. I'd fuck
can't
this shit.
I think we had like 5 already, but whatever. And and so then we just annoyingly see them drop off a bunch of gifts, and then they go see his aunt, and she's just like chasing them with a shotgun. Not really, but she's just like, "Oi, I'm Kristen Wiig. What the fuck you doing in my house? My teeth are fucked up." And he's just like, check your pockets. My dad's dead. I'm never coming back, and you're a shitty aunt.
Hey, you dirty fucking yank. Just want to say what's up.
And then she mouth fucks these chocolates so disgustingly, where I was like, Jesus Christ.
Either that scene's going to gross you out or turn you on.
Yeah. And I mean, and if it turns you on, then you now know that you have a fetish of some kind. So explore that.
Of enjoying Kristen Wiig's performances. Boom. She will not be let upon. We will crush her. Crush her.
She's like, I'm one of the nicer people in Hollywood.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I take it back.
I don't know. Fuck her. I don't know her. And then they drop the king off, and story's over. And
kid's really okay with his dad being dead. He's got 2 new friends and a mouse and a reindeer. And you know what?
Oh, yeah, the king hires him to do it every year. And he's just like, you got a lot of work to do. You better get to work. And he's just like, well, we just did this in one night. So I think I could just do it in one day, probably.
What happens when the whole world needs you?
Well, then I guess they're fucked, because I got I'm going to have a lot of more heart defibrillators attached to me for this to work out, And then they call him Father fucking Christmas. At some point, because get it, everybody, we gotta tie it all in, because the village all has dumb little names like Little Kip and Shitty Tina, stuff like that. And we go back to our what?
Little Kit with the syrup drip. He's just getting drunk on like 7-Up and codeine.
Ever since Little Kip got fucking
he's
got a world of problems.
He's on that perp. Like, what?
What'd those hunters do to him? He's like, I've seen some shit. You ever seen human balls dangling in front of your face? The dead of winter.
Is this like a rhetorical question?
I have. I don't know why they kept peeing by me, but
Little Kid, where'd you get that 5 o'clock shadow from? You seen some shit, brah.
And now we're back with the old lady and the 3 kids. They're all super happy. And dad comes home, and they're like, Dad, we decided Christmas is back on, motherfucker. Gear up. And then boom, the whole living room's decorated and full of gifts. And there's
Dad's
the mom silhouette. And
Dad's like, this is perfect. Here's your new mother. She was my girlfriend for like 20 minutes. She's a stripper named Cinnabon. Don't worry about that. We're going to celebrate her coming into our family with Cinnabon every Christmas, because her hoo-ha smelled like Cinnabon. This whole place is going to smell like Cinnabon. High five for the dad. I'm about to lay it down. I'm over your mom's death. Whose mom again? Whatever. Old lady got the Christmas lights up. Credits. And I was just like, okay. All right.
Except for the part where she shows her ear, and you're like, oh, she's the truth pixie. How long did truth pixies live for? Like 1 billion fucking years, apparently.
Yeah, forever.
Forever. And that was basically it. That was the moral of the story is, if your mom dies, you have to celebrate Christmas. Okay? Sadly. You suck it up and you put the shit out. Otherwise, Santa, he's showing up and he's doing it for you anyway. All right?
Yeah.
It's like, not celebrating my fucking holiday. We'll see about that.
So, I mean, Kris Kringle loses his dad and his mom, but he gains a
village
and a mount. Oh, and a village. It takes a village to raise a Kringle.
Yeah.
And a new king. The king actually knows him by name now. Very, very posh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I gotta need that gold coin back, though.
I assume the book goes into this way more deeper, more development on the characters, make the characters actually characters instead of just stuff and people that are running around doing things.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't why did the hunters want to kill them?
Yeah.
Why can't they just be like, hey man, let's just all go to Elfton, get some little kip syrup, and we'll all chill and we'll go talk to the king. And I don't know, maybe the king's got a plan to like cut you guys like stimmy checks to get you some fucking venison and stuff, not out of his ass, but like something you can buy and kind of rejuvenate the economy. It is Christmas.
All right, you can't make fucking 2021 jokes about this.
They did.
That.
They did. I'm just I'm following in line, bro. I mean, but like the king didn't really care. These hunters are struggling. I don't understand. Like,
I don't understand why they're struggling. Like, they never said why anyone was struggling because it was this winter. Like, is that every year then?
I didn't understand why they had to. So they killed or kidnapped little Kip.
Well, no, the king offered a reward for bringing hope.
But like little Kip's just MIA like, because he got caught slipping and the hunters caught him.
Yeah, they were like, well, little Kip is very little. It's in the name.
Right. I thought he was just a rapper. You know, it didn't mean shit to me. And I was like, okay. So
they were just trying to bring him back to show hope. Hope is, hey, elves are real.
Hope's their economy?
Yeah. It was really dumb. And I remember the old lady that just like walked up to us like, hey, boy, you look like you're full of hope.
Yeah, she had a goose.
Shit on you.
She had a goose. He had a mouse. I was like, are they going to fight?
Yeah. That goose, she had her thumb up that goose's ass.
It was like a fucking Pokemon battle. Like she was going to throw the goose and he's going to throw fucking.
Instead, she just called him like a dirty twat and like walked away laughing at him.
And I was like, dude, like.
Elfing fucking tid, you dirty twat. And he was just like, Jesus, this town sucks.
Yeah, he should have pulled his dad's knife and fucking put it to her throat. He's like, now you're playing with power, bitch.
What'd you say to me, you old fucking bag of shit?
I'll take that goose. I'll support up your ass.
The goose just shits an egg like instantly.
It better be a gold egg, you motherfucker. You're dead.
Goose swallows really hard. Like
goose is like rock story, bro.
Yeah.
It just.
I feel like there's probably more danger or like at least a sense of danger in the book too.
More adventure, I would assume.
Yeah, like both feel like they're there, but in a very shallow, like quick note.
I assume like, I don't know, who knows? Like it was 5-minute throwaway scenes where it was probably a chapter in the book, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, we got to mention the Christmas party. Oh, we got to show fucking Rita Repulsa and force pushes everyone and she's just kind of the antagonist, but not really. We just kind of need an opposition of some kind for him to go around.
We need a counter political party.
But like if she was just saying, hey, if little Kip shows up and gets kidnapped, everything's going to be what I want to push on the town of like, we got to isolate ourselves from the humans, from the kingdom and everything because they took little Kip. Like she hires the hunters to kidnap him. And then they're like, oh, you're right, because she's going to control with fear. Kris Kringle or Nicholas shows up or whatever his name is. And he's just like, hey, what's going on? They're like, oh, you're a human. You must be in league with the people that stole Kip. This is what I felt like they were trying to do. And he's like, no, that ain't me. Me and the Truth Fairy and this dog and this fucking rat are going to go get Kip back. We'll prove it. We're on the good side. They come back. Kip's back. And the chick's like, oh, shit, you brought Kip back? Great, Kip's back, everyone. And then he's like, oh, we got to reward Nicholas. What do you want? He's just like, hope for my dad and to resurrect my mom with your elf magic. And they're like, whoa, we'll do one. You get your dad. Here you go. And he's like, I never died in that hunter snow chase.
They're like, how long ago did your mom die? He's like, oh, it's been a minute. They're like,
like a zombie and shit. She had the axe in the back of her head as she just rips apart elves. They can't stop her. They're force pushing her through the fucking house. She just keeps coming.
He's like, Dad, why does mom have an axe in her back? I thought you said she was killed by a bear.
She fell.
She fell on the axe in front of the
bear. She fell on his dick. He stabs her. Oh, you bitch. I'll kill you for Christmas. You know, anything. And then that's what I was like, is this just a political play for her to isolate her fellow elves from the humans? This is boring. This is dumb.
I mean, and it was weird because she kept saying we have to change, but then it was really just like, I'm hurt that my friend left like a decade ago.
Yeah, and I was just like, wow, so I don't know. I didn't really get her angle. I didn't really get a lot of this.
Yeah, like other than like, I mean, even Nicholas doesn't really have an angle. Like he's like, I want to find my dad, and
It's
then
like,
I'm gonna just randomly decide to give hope to everyone.
well, it's one of those stories where the character doesn't really move too much along. Just things happen to him, and
Yeah,
you're just kind of there with him as things happen. He's not. He gets once the dad part's kind of solved. Like the motivation and everything just starts switching and pivoting and stuff. Like he doesn't become a part of Elfington. You know what I mean? Or I don't feel like he starts controlling the narrative. I just think like shit just keeps happening.
yeah. He's not a driving force, that's for sure.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like he should have been because you're trying to tell me he's Santa Claus. Like
Yeah.
This is Santa Claus origins, right?
Yep.
But it's just like he's not popping boner claws and fucking. You're like, oh shit, that's not Wolverine. That's Wolverine. Is it going to
I
be
don't
one
know
of
if I
those?
can ride this motorcycle. I weigh 3 fucking tons.
Gene.
Suspension alone will break.
Yeah, I didn't need like
Made
5
mention of me being
issues.
heavy 30 times.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, well, is it like that? Is there going to be a big swerve where you're like, oh, he wasn't really Christmas, Father Christmas. This guy was.
There
I
was
don't
never
know.
going to be a swerve. Kevin, you just wanted to swerve. Let's be honest.
They tried to swerve us with the Truth Fairy at the end.
That wasn't a swerve. I saw that shit. The minute they introduced the truth fairy, I knew that she was also the truth fairy because she kept saying
Well, the
before that,
grandma, but
I
I was
don't
like,
tell lies. I don't tell lies.
but that doesn't even make sense because she's been alive for so long. Then she had a daughter that had some grandkids.
Yeah.
Like, what that timeline's super weird. And you don't even need that in the story. You're just
Well,
trying
then
to
they,
be
they
fucking
called her
cute.
auntie too, so I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, A Boy Called Christmas. There's A Boy Called Super Pass. There's a trillion Christmas movies out there. We're gonna probably cover 2 more of them. This should not be one that touches your eyes because it's not even. I can't really imagine kids being entertained by this or enjoying any aspect of it, even the fantasy elements. Maybe if they like fucking field mice talking to. I mean, he wasn't even wearing a vest. Like, put a vest on him so I know he's.
He didn't have time.
The whole movie doesn't have time to basically
Yeah, basically.
get whatever it's trying to get across. I don't know. Hard pass for me, Dustin.
I mean, it's a pass for me, but I have a feeling that like people still watch it just out of curiosity. Either having read the book or just the title is catchy. You know, like people that are into holiday Christmas shit will be like, oh, hey, let me check that out. But I mean, I wouldn't recommend it even from like a Christmas movie standpoint. It was a pass for me. I will
Yeah.
not be sharing it with my family, unlike 8-Bit Christmas, which I did. So,
So there you go. If you want to share more episodes of what we're doing here, it's Let's Movie. You just listen to us ramble about A Boy Called Christmas. You check out older episodes on any of your podcast providers. A week later, it's on the YouTube if that's your gig. We appreciate the listen. Share it with a friend if you're down. And that's it for us. Dustin?
20, 20, 20, 20.
What?
That's Chris is telling everyone to fuck off at the end. He's just like, 20, do the 2-finger thing again.
Okay.